At the request of a good friend and colleague of mine, I decided to make this video highlighting the Magia board system in Eureka. I just want to give a quick shout out to Frumpy Old Ellison Volothamp Gedarm of Marlborough for this video topic idea. Now let's begin. This is the Magia board. As you progress in elemental levels, Kryl will give quests to investigate etheric confluences around Eureka, with each quest leading you to a Magicite piece. I will put the coordinates of those pieces and the level the quests are available at in the video description for those of you who have not found all the Magicite yet. While you start off with 1 Magicite, you will eventually collect an additional 4 Magicite pieces, giving you a total of 5 Magicite that you can slot into any one of these elemental slots in the board. Now let's take a look at the board a bit more. To the left here is a list of elements and your stats for each element. These values will depend on your current elemental level. Slotting 1 piece of Magicite into, let's say the fire slot for this example, increases the fire stat to 323, or roughly 28%. Slotting in another Magicite increases the stat boost by an additional 24%, with each Magicite piece added in the same line giving 4% less than the previous. So which element or elements should you put your Magicite pieces into? Well, let's first look at how the elements are laid out on the board. Notice the 2 triangles, the front connecting fire, ice, and wind, and the back connecting lightning, water, and earth. This shows the relationships between the elements. Fire is strong against ice, which in turn is strong against wind, which in turn is strong against fire. Likewise, lightning is strong against water, which is strong against earth, which is strong against lightning. Whenever you encounter a monster, you will see that they are attuned to a certain element, indicated by the symbol beside their name. Let's say you're up against a fire enemy. If you slot your Magicite into fire, you will take less damage from it. Slotting into wind, however, makes you deal more damage to it. If you forget this, don't worry. Just look at your Magia wheel and you will see a sword icon and a shield icon on the appropriate elements, indicating increased attack and increased defense respectively. Now, what's the best way to slot your Magicite? Well, it depends on your level, your role, and what you're fighting. If you're below level 19 or 20, you're better off slotting in all your Magicite into a single element and just shifting between attack and defense depending on the level of the monster you're fighting. If you're in a party and the enemy is below, at, or just slightly above your level, or if you know you're gonna get one-shot by an enemy that's, let's say, 5 levels or more above you, you're better off slotting all of your Magicite into offense. Otherwise, slot into defense to give the healers in your party some breathing room to attack. If you're at level 20, it's still effective in some ways to slot all 5 into either offense or defense, but you get more returns when you split up the Magicite between the offense and defense elements. When tanking, I personally still slot all 5 Magicite into one element and place them all into defense when I'm tanking Pazuzu or the other notorious monsters that are above level 20, or just monsters that deal heavy damage in general. Otherwise, I switch to offense for massive enmity and damage. When DPSing in melee, I put 3 into defense and 2 into offense, since this gives me a nice 70% increase to my defense element stat while still boosting my attack element stat by 52%. This gives me some protection against close range AoE attacks that the enemies here tend to like throwing around. When DPSing in range, I switch it around, putting 3 into offense and 2 into defense, giving me a 70% and 52% increase into offense and defense respectively. When healing, a lot of people prefer the 3 offense, 2 defense setup of the range DPS, but I personally put all 5 into defense. It lets me not worry so much if I get caught up in a mechanic while trying to heal or resurrect other players. Well, that's pretty much all there is to know about the Magia board. Sorry for putting this out quite late, but hopefully it'll help out any of you who are just starting out in Eureka. If you have any insights you'd like to add about the Magia system, or if you have any topic you'd like me to cover and explore, please let me know in the comments below. Please also consider subscribing to my channel if you enjoyed this video. Thanks very much for watching and take care. Have a great week!